Hey, good morning. How you doing?
I'm okay. I could be better.
What's been happening since last week?
I've just been having a lot of anxiety lately. Like it's just almost through the roof and I can't control it whatsoever.
Okay, is it anxiety about home situation, anxiety about work or friends, or what is it?
I think it's kind of all around. It's just kind of periodically I'll just be at work and my anxiety goes crazy, or I'm at home and things are just, like sometimes I'm just sitting on the couch and all of a sudden I just start panicking and have an anxiety attack and
Okay,
you know,
did you try some of
just
the skills that we've talked about a couple weeks? Trying some deep breathing, just concentrating on something else. Has that been working out at all?
I kind of forgot about that, honestly.
Okay. What are there any triggers that causes it to get worse or anything, or is it just
Not really. It just kind of comes and goes, and something sometimes it just happens. Like I said, like sitting on the couch, and I get a crazy, just anxious, and I don't know. Sometimes I don't know why, and other times, yeah, there's stuff that's
what
gets
do
me
you,
upset, but
what when you do start to feeling anxious like that? What do you do to kind of help protect yourself? What do you do to kind of help calm yourself down?
mm, I mean, typically I take one of my Xanax medications, and
Okay.
that seems to help. So, I mean, that's typically what I kind of rely on mostly.
Okay. I know we talked a little bit about medication. Medication, it's a big help, but a lot of people think it's the answer. It's just not only the answer. It may help a lot of times, but a lot of times it's what you're going to do also. What are some other ways to help cope through this? What are some things we can do to get through it? Because eventually, one of these times, we'd like to hopefully kind of get you off medications if we can later on. But you said the medication's kind of helping
That's
you out a
not,
bit.
that's not,
Okay.
no, that's
What?
not a possibility at all. This
Why?
medication saved me. There's
Why do?
no way.
Why do you think that? Why do you think that just medication's the only thing?
Well, I mean, it just kind of makes everything go away when I take one,
Okay.
makes the feelings and everything else just kind of disappear. And it kind of saves me during the times that I'm anxious.
Okay. All right. Well, I was gotta get my assistant came in and he was telling me about got a fax requesting a refill from your for your Xanax from the pharmacy. I think it was last week. What happened? Did you run out of your
Well, I
medication?
mean, like I said, I've just been kind of, yeah, I've been having, some extra anxiety, and it just was easier to take, when I'm at work, just to take one of my Xanax than to like sit there and do the deep breathing like we've talked about, or,
Hmm.
some of the other, like, I just can't stop and focus on doing that when I'm in the middle of work. So at that point in time, it was just easier to take the extra Xanax than, you know,
Okay.
help
Let's
with the
see. I know.
symptoms.
I know. I've been on Xanax for quite a while. I know we started off at half a milligram twice a day, then increased it to half a milligram 3 times a day, and then within the last couple months we bumped it up to a milligram 3 times a day for the last a little bit. So you've been on the Xanax for quite a while.
Hmm.
Have you seemed to be pretty dependent on that? Do you ever have any left over at the end of the month?
No,
Okay, so 2 times. Have you ever, besides this last time, have you ran out before the end of the month?
yeah,
Uh,
maybe it once or twice ish. I
okay,
don't know.
so taking it a little bit more than prescribed.
Yeah, but I mean, like I said, I needed to. I had those times where I was just kind of in the middle of a panic attack, and it just helped to bring me down and helped to kind
Okay.
of, you know,
Yeah.
keep
And there's times when we begin to feel that panic, we get upset, and so many times, like you said, we rely on that medication to help us. But one of the things is with the medication, you're supposed to be taking it as scheduled, okay? Because there can be a lot of consequences associated with taking the medication, especially the Xanax. One of the big things is becoming dependent on it. I mean, it's a benzodiazepine, and I mean, it can form a lot of dependence. Have you felt like you had to have it, or you can't live without it, or have you felt like that at all?
Yeah, I mean, the bottle says to take as needed, so I mean, I took it as I needed it. I didn't really see that it was that big of a deal. I mean,
Okay.
you know.
Yeah, those are one of the medications and help control your anxiety, but it can cause a lot of problems, especially taking too much of it. A lot of the things we see, especially with Xanax, especially with misusing it, I mean, it can have an increase in depression. You can see confusion, uh, blood pressure go up. You see restlessness, paranoia, rage, especially with taking too much. And a lot of times, what happens is, let's say you've got a month's month supply, and I mean, you're taking maybe one or two extra a day, and I mean, 2 weeks, and you're out of your medication. So, what do you do for the week or 2 weeks that you haven't had your medication?
Mm, I don't know. I might smoke a little pot or something just to kind of chill me out and mellow me down.
Okay. What do you think? What do you think are some consequences of taking the medication like you should?
Not taking the medication like I should, or
Or
taking the
taking the
medication.
med? What do you what do you think some of the consequences are for taking the medications? Like not like prescribed. Oh Lord. What do you
Well, I
take?
mean,
Why are you taking too much, and what's the consequences? I can care that one for nothing. Yeah.
I mean,
What do you
I
think
don't think there's,
consequences taking too much of it is?
I don't think there's any. I mean, the medication helped, so why can't I take it when I need it? I mean, I
Well,
don't see what the big deal is.
well, you ran out. What do you? And then you start turning to pot. What are some other things? Of so many times, especially we see this happen. You become dependent on some kind of medication all the time, and we see patients have to go into a center for a little while, going to the hospital. I mean, just because of withdrawals from these, and you make a lot of irrational decisions. I mean, have you noticed any paranoia or agitation, especially when you don't have your medication?
Oh yeah. I mean, more just agitation of just, which is kind of why I resort to smoking some pot when that happens, to kind of mellow me out and help with the anxiety and the irritation that I have because I don't have the Xanax.
Okay, so we start turning to illegal drugs. What else do you think it could lead to?
Well, I mean, marijuana is not illegal. It's legal to smoke it here.
Oh, whoops. I'm in Oklahoma. Can't we ain't legal? Whoops.
Sorry.
Whoops. Listen, it's illegal to smoke it unless you got a medical license here. Okay, so you ain't got
All
no
right. I like
consequences
that
for
legal
you
touch.
ain't
That's nice to
you
say.
ain't okay, so let's think about some other consequences going on. I keep forgetting it's legalized most everywhere else now. Jeez. Okay. Okay. That I lost that pattern of thought there. Oh man.
Sorry.
Oh, that was good. That was good. So, it's good to have better. I can't think now. Okay. So when the marijuana don't work, what do you think you're going to turn to? Hmm,
I'll just smoke more. I'll
smoke
just
more.
smoke all day, every day.
The good stuff,
Nothing wrong with that.
huh? Well, sounds like we're gonna be taking you off your medication. It sounds like you come.
No, 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 no. You can't do
Well,
that.
okay. Well, I think we're gonna have to come to a determination here that you're abusing the Xanax like you shouldn't. Um, and so I think one of the things is we're not going to just stop cold turkey. Okay, we can't do Xanax like that. What we're gonna do is taper it down for you slowly. Um, Usually it takes anywhere from 4 to 8 weeks to kind of get through these. Um, so we'll lower you down to a couple times a
I
day,
don't
and then
really
we'll
like
lower.
that idea. I don't think that should be a good plan.
Yeah, I know it don't sound real pleasing right now, but I think in the long run we're going to see that it's better, and we're going to change something, find something that's maybe not as habit forming for the Xanax. Because we see a lot of problems. I mean, a lot of times people start turning to illegal drugs when you can't get what you need to.
I mean, I'm
Downfall.
gonna have to smoke more pot if I don't have the Xanax to help with the anxiety. I mean, that's not, you know, that's not gonna be necessarily good either, from what it
I,
sounds like.
I know it's not going to be easy. And one of the things, if we need to, we can maybe go inpatient for a little while to help go through these to help kind of taper you down to the Xanax to make the change if you feel like, I mean, you're irrational, can't control things. I mean, depression gets worse or anything like that. And it's something that we want to make sure we talk about a lot, okay?
I really think you should give me one more chance.
Well, I don't think so. I think we're going to go ahead and start tapering it down. Just because we see a lot of problems, especially with, I mean, you see not only your mind becomes dependent on it, but your body becomes dependent on it also. And we want to look at your safety, okay? Um, and
Mm,
I'm not going to say it's going to be an easy road. I mean,
that's
there
for sure.
are possibilities of having some withdrawals from it also. I mean, we see, and then we'll monitor for everything. Possibilities, you got seizures from withdrawals or something like that.
Oh, great.
And
Okay.
so, but like I said, if we need
It's
to, we
better,
can
better.
we can go inpatient for a little while if we need to. Okay. I know it's probably not what you want to hear, um,
No, not at all.
but I think it's something we just need to look at. Okay.
I guess.
We're gonna look at coping skills. Go over some more coping skills also. What's been beneficial, what hadn't been beneficial, because we want to see what's going to help you best in the long run. And we're not going to just quit medications totally, but we're going to try to find another something else that might help you. Okay.
Mm, all right. I
All
suppose
right.
so. I guess I have no choice in this matter.
Okay. Anything I can do for you?
No, that's it.
I'll get a hold of you and we'll kind of get this started. Okay.
I
If
guess. All right.
any time you need, if you're having any problems, don't feel free to contact me. And again, if you have this seems like uncontrolled anxiety or anything, go to the ER if you need to, okay?
All right.
All right, thanks.
Bye.
Bye.